Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Pete Mangione here, tracking a storm on the way, a spring storm. I know that a lot of people really excited about that, or maybe not. Let's get you to the latest series of satellite loops. And what you're noticing is that we have some light snow, even some rain showers just offshore. And although we may get some light snow moving in this evening, I don't really see it really starting to stick until after 9, 10, maybe not even until 11 o'clock tonight. All right, we obviously use several different computer models. This one you're looking at here, this is actually the European model, and this one's a little bit less aggressive with the snowfall, around 3 for Providence, 3 for Boston. But don't take these amounts too literally. We don't just use one model, we use a combination of many. And even though the European model, that's the most recent one, or the recent big one I've really looked at, a lot of our weather models have been kind of all over the place. This is the American GFS model. Now, what's interesting about this is that even though you see around 5 for Providence, 5 for Boston, and some heavier amounts in eastern Massachusetts, it's actually spitting out a lot more in the way of precipitation. However, it's also putting temperatures above freezing at times for coastal Rhode Island, coastal Massachusetts, and Cape Cod. So that's why you're seeing lower amounts out there towards Cape Cod. But should the temperatures get just a little cooler than some of the models are anticipating, that could really thump eastern Massachusetts with a lot of snow. So that's what I'm basing this forecast on, basing it on recent trends this year where some of our coastal areas, the storm ends up kind of tracking to the north a little bit at the last minute and increasing those snow totals. And also the fact that even though the computers sort of sometimes project temperatures to be above freezing, if it's coming down hard enough, and I think there's a pretty good chance of that happening, especially for Fall River, New Bedford, out towards the Cape Cod Canal, you could kind of cool off the temperatures below freezing and sort of overpower that warming effect. So you can see in general 3 to 6 inches for Providence, from Fall River down to Newport to the Cape Cod Canal, 6 to 8 inches. This is pretty much what we've had since this morning. And obviously stay tuned because these numbers are not set in stone. Certainly a lot of impact to the Monday morning commute. This is looking at this evening. You could see the snow starting to fill, and this is one of our high-resolution models, and you could see the snow really does start to come down overnight into Monday morning. So, you know, right around the time of the Monday morning commute, you could be really dealing with some gusty winds and heavy snow bands, especially out here towards Newport, New Bedford, and into Cape Cod. By 11 o'clock in the morning into the afternoon, you can see still snowing, but because of the higher sun angle in March, I think that should be warm enough to kind of melt any snow that's trying to fall. Obviously, if you get a heavy enough band of snow, that can overpower that effect. But those are my thoughts for now in terms of wind and power outages. The best chance of seeing that happen would be, I believe, from Newport, Taunton points east, where a bit more in the way of heavy wet snow could combine with winds between about 30 and 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, creating the potential of some of those power outages. I will be on at 6:30 this evening. TJ Del Santo, he will have another update on Fox Providence at 10, and then Eyewitness News on WPRI later on tonight. Have a good day.